I'm Cindy Henson, business consultant and author. In my book Jungle, I talk about 7 principles to peace, purpose, and freedom. And today, I'd like to talk about principle 6, move to action. You know, it's an interesting thing when we consider that there's so many good ideas in the world, but in fact, they don't have any kind of impact until there's action. And I remember early in my career, my mentor said to me one day, I was sitting in his office and he was talking to me or coaching me or trying to move me forward on something, and I did not have a bias for action back in my 20s. And in fact, I just wanted to keep planning. And he walked over to well, it wasn't a whiteboard, it was a chalkboard, so that's how old I am. He went over to a chalkboard and he said, I'm going to give you 3 equations. And the first one said 100% plan times 0 implementation equals 0. I'm like, I get that. The second one was 80% plan times 50% implementation equals 40. Okay. And the third one was 80% plan times 80% implementation equals 64. Well, of course, I wanted 100% times 100%, but I was able to see that, in fact, it was only when you take action can your plans actually have an impact. And so I remember asking him, well, what if you have a bad plan and you just take action? And he said, you know what? He said, there are so many ways to adjust once you move to action that you don't have to worry about getting things perfect. You just need to get started. You just need to start. So he went on to explain the Pareto principle, you know, what are the 80% impact of the 20% items, and et cetera. So the 80-20 rule, of which I've been using ever since, and starting to move to action quicker, much quicker than I ever did before. So what I want to leave you with on this principle is stop planning to the nth degree and get started. Get started. So what will also happen is you'll iterate as you go. So create a good intention, move forward, take your first step, and start noticing what happens around you. And I promise you, you'll have a much bigger impact much more quickly. Try it out. And if you find that, in fact, what we've described actually works, please write it up, send it in so we can all learn from it. And until we meet again, onward, upward, and inward.